October 2007, my dad turned 60, and I presented him with a voucher for an all expenses paid motorcycling adventure around Norway. The catch? He'd have to travel with me. In August 2008 we set off. This is the story of our trip. Are you cooking us a delicious breakfast?
I am, I certainly am. Eggs, bacon, mushrooms, sausage, hash brown.
Morning.
Morning.
Final preparations were nearly complete, but we were worried about the weather for the long trip ahead. What does it say?
Dry at noon, 2 p.m. rain, 4 p.m. cloudy, 6 p.m. rain.
As the ferry was leaving from Newcastle at 2 p.m, we decided to break the trip in two, so we'd be less likely to miss it if anything went wrong. So we're going to ride up to Blackburn today, which is my fiance's mother's house, stay there tonight, and then ride to Newcastle tomorrow.
Did a breakfast like this for a long journey. In the rain.
The trip to Blackburn was uneventful. Although it was wet, our waterproof oversuits performed well, and there was plenty of time for refreshment stops. So what do you think so far?
Well, my neck's wet, but apart from that I'm fine. The coffee is very nice.
How far have we got to go?
Another 122
miles to Blackburn. And yeah, we had one bit of dry weather.
For a while.
But it didn't last very long.
Not very long, no, it's chucked it down.
Luckily, waterproof seems to be working. Next morning, I left the route planning to the experts.
Into that very tunnel, was it? Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
what
is
the
it
toll
the Tyne
is.
Tunnel you have to go
Yeah,
through?
it goes to the Tyne Tunnel, that's probably where the toll is.
But our planning hadn't prepared us for closed roads. So we're now facing a road closed, we've got no idea where to go and we're following a diversion. So let's see if we can figure out how to get to the ferry. We made it to the ferry with only 20 minutes to spare. Thank you. Ratchets were provided, but because the crew had made us put the bikes so close together, Tying them down well was tricky. Still, we had it easier than some. By the time everything was tied down to Dad's satisfaction, we were far out to sea.
Cheers.
With the ferry not due in Stavanger until 10 AM tomorrow, it was time to relax and enjoy the entertainment.
Time of my life, no one ever felt this way before. I swear it's a truth.
So we've had a lovely breakfast. We've had bacon, scrambled egg, beans, sausages. After a good night's sleep we were ready to go, and soon the ferry docked and we could disembark. They don't seem to ask you to take your helmet off to look at your passport. We're in Stavanger. We're parked up just outside customs. We're fitting weird headlamp things so that we don't blind the oncoming motorists. And it's raining. Now we have to figure out where to go. Our first stop was the town of Lysebotn, which lies at the end of the 40-kilometre long Lyse Fjord. There are two ways to get to Lysebotn, by ferry or by a road that snakes down the side of the fjord in 32 hairpin bends and a 340-degree tunnel. Needless to say, we went by road. How far have we gone?
24 miles.
Do we know where we are?
No.
So it looks like we've just got to turn left in a while. And we'll be there.
Bacon's sort of wrapped round it, isn't it? Very nice. Amazing scenery around here.
So how far have we come?
96 miles.
And what have we come here for?
A lovely view.
Should we have a look at the lovely view?
Yeah, the view.
There you go.
Missed.
A wonderful view. We'd arrived at the Eagle's Nest Cafe, which overlooks Lysebotn. After a nice cup of tea, Dad made his way down the hairpin bends. Hello.
Hello.
So we've arrived, and this is our new home. So we made it to Lysebotn. It's now about 6 o'clock in the evening. We've got a little hut, very friendly people. Going to serve us beer and half a chicken and roast potatoes. In the morning we can jump off of there.
Cheers.
In the cafe we were shown videos of base jumpers who jump off the local cliffs and release their parachutes at the last second.
And there is base jumpers from the whole world who is there every day in the whole season, summer season. So there can be between 20 or 150 base jumpers there every day.
Good speed, good speed.
Yeah, hammer digs.
Yeah.
These guys are treats.
Evo.
740.
Maybe we'll share the. I think it's my round again tomorrow. Put it that way.
I was dealing on the boat. Can't see where I'm going. I'm falling down the hole there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't afford to drink that much every night. 100 quid a day, it's too much.
Yeah. So that's 75 quid for a few hours in a bar drinking and eating. I think from now on we're going to eat a lot less food and drink a lot less drink. So it's day 2 of our trip around Norway, and we're going to leave this place and we're going to head east and then north and see where we get to. We packed up the bikes, had a quick coffee and were ready to set off when disaster struck. This is a complete disaster.
Because it's only just going down as you come up there.
Perhaps I got it just going up
You've
there.
got it coming across, yeah.
After the initial panic, Dad soon found the cause of the problem. Tiny piece of flint.
Yeah.
That is the cause of all our troubles. So thank you, puncture repair kit.
Yeah, worthwhile item on it turned out.
A local kindly offered to show me where I could find an air compressor.
Lyse, they have air in this building. And if you look around here and you see one of the people working in Lyse,
okay,
you can ask them.
we found someone to help and I carefully rode the bike round on its partially inflated tyre. Much relieved, we were finally on our way. Back at the Eagle's Nest Cafe, Dad shared our ordeal with fellow travellers. We're here at Lysebotn. We're going to keep following this road and then we're going to turn left onto this little tiny weeny wiggly white one. Number 42. Is it 42? Is that the road number?
No,
maybe it's
sure
not.
What that means.
Maybe it doesn't have a number.
Height.
Yeah, and then we're going to hit this number 9 and go left.
And go north.
And go north and see how far we get. Still seems okay. problems with filming here is that you see a good view and you stop and film it, and then you go around the corner and there's an even better view.
That's true.
You never get anywhere, you'd be filming constantly. Not very friendly. All we want is to oil our chains, and everywhere we go we get new friends.
Yeah. No, get those out of there.
So it's a nice spot. I've got no idea where we are. Somewhere on Road 9.
Get a good hot dog.
It's just so peaceful, so quiet. I wonder what the economics of a town like this are. How do people make their money? How do they afford all this? We've come into another one of these Stepford Wives towns. So we've gone as far as that. So we'll keep going. Maybe turn left. Up there. After turning left onto the E134, we rode for many miles without finding a campsite. We stopped to look at a map, and a fellow biker offered advice.
11 miles that way.
Yeah. But we passed a few places.
There's one 11 miles back where we come from.
Yeah,
That might be the best bet.
Yeah.
but it's quite nice weather at the west coast. I'm coming from Haugesund now.
Oh right.
And the weather is quite nice actually.
It was too far to the nearest camping place, so we turned back to Haukeligrend at the junction of the 9 and the E134. So these are our humble facilities.
Yeah. Fridge. Switched off.
It's not too bad, is it?
No.
We don't know what town we're in, we're completely mystified.
We'll find out.
We're at the junction of the 9 and the E134. And it's either called Haukeligrend or Hilland or I don't think it's called Grungadal. But there's some sort of restaurant and possibly a garage. Okay, let's go and explore.
Okay, we might get some milk as well for the tea.
Milk for tea, there you go.
First cup of tea. I've not had a cup of tea yet.
But finding dinner was harder than we thought. Perhaps it's more of a lunch place.
Yeah.
People have got to eat dinner though, haven't they?
There's opening times on it. 1600.
Till 4 o'clock. The trouble with these unspoilt tourist spots is that they're unspoilt.
Well, this is it.
And you can't get any food.
This is it.
What's this place? extinct means closed, I think.
Yeah, it does, yeah. I found that out earlier.
I wouldn't mind a hamburger or an Osterschnitzel.
No. We do a nice chicken and chips.
In-gang cafe welcome. Not very welcome though, are we? That's our shot.
It's shut. There's people in there.
Yeah, but perhaps they're the last people.
I reckon they've just shut.
They're just teasing us.
Sorry.
Centrum Frisnor.
What's that mean?
I don't know. Oh! It's where you go to get haircuts.
Oh, is it?
I don't think you need one of those.
No, I don't need a haircut.
So, the man at the convenience store has said that there's a garage 500 metres that way, and hopefully we can find that and have yet another hot dog or a burger or something. Otherwise it'll be back to the convenience store for, I don't know, a sandwich or something. Well, I think we've found where the action is in this town. They've even got camels. It looks bigger than your head.
It is bigger than my head.
Local garage is the centre of the community. And quite right too. Serving some decent food. Circus folk keep appearing, which is interesting. Yeah, I guess so. I think this explains all the circus folk.
Yeah.
Having our first cup of tea.
First time, first tea.